My name is Christopher James Smallwood, and I work at Rappahannock Goodwill Industries. I'm a custodian. I am in charge of the bathrooms, sweeping the store and the outlet, pulling trash, and wiping down the tables. Yes, sir, I'm a very busy man.
He seemed to be a little bit on the shy side, but extremely polite was the first thing I ever noticed about him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right, sir. He ends every sentence not with a period, but with the SIR.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
From the first moment I laid eyes on him and talked with him until today, it would be hard for me to conceive that he would get fired from any job.
I have a really bad attitude, and I got fired from every job that I've ever had because I have a lot of anger issues. I wanted to try out Goodwill because I know they work with special need people, and I am special need in my own little way. I met this lady named Monica Aragon, and she was the one that got me through the process as a piece worker, and every time I would yell at somebody or cuss at somebody, she would come and step in and sit down, and she really nurtured me and guided me in the right direction, and she's been there an awful lot for me, and I really do appreciate that. They work with you, not against you. I've had this job for 7 years. It's just a great company to work for. I've learned a lot. I learned how to control myself and speak to people with respect so I can be treated with respect also.
Achiever of the Year recognizes that person in our organization who has received services or is receiving services and has risen, despite barriers, risen to a level of significant independence. And that spells Chris to a T.
It just feels wonderful that these people actually look at me as an inspiration and somebody that came from a bad attitude and just flipped everything around and just became a nice young man that I am, and that means a whole lot to me.
He's a shining star. He is the reason why after 40 years of Goodwill, I get up every morning.
On May 7th of this year, I got married at the Outer Banks in North Carolina. It was a beach wedding. And then June 24th, I went to closing on our first house. That's very exciting because I talk to my wife all the time, and I was like, is this a dream? Because I've never seen myself getting married or buying a home.
It's not an easy glide path that Chris has been on, so it's not like he's been making progress every single day of his 7 years here. It is with Chris, and I suspect most people we help, a process of 3 steps forward and then a couple of steps back and so on and so forth. And so I think he's to that point now where there are very few steps backward for him, and I'm just so happy for him.
If I just follow my dreams, I can do whatever I want as long as I keep a positive attitude. And that's what I've been doing, is keeping a positive attitude and working with other people and doing the best to my ability. I'm 30 years old now, so it's time for me to be the man my parents raised me to be.